D. Social compacts. We have two very large businesses, BNSF, Burlington North Santa Fe Railroad Corporation, and Mid-American Energy, later renamed Berkshire Hathaway Energy, with important common characteristics that distinguish them from our many others. A key characteristic in both companies is the huge investment they have in very long-lived, regulated assets, with these funded by large amounts of long-term debt that is not guaranteed by Berkshire. Our credit is not needed. Both companies have earning power that, even under very adverse business conditions, amply covers their interest requirements. Both companies are heavily regulated, and both will have a never-ending need to make major investments in plant and equipment. Both also need to provide efficient, customer-satisfying service to earn the respect of their communities and regulators. In return, both need to be assured that they will be allowed to earn reasonable earnings on future capital investments. Railroads are vital to our country's future. Rail moves 42% of America's intercity freight, measured by ton miles, and BNSF moves more than any other railroad, about 28% of the industry total. A little math will tell you that more than 11% of all intercity ton miles of freight in the US is transported by BNSF. Given the shift of population to the west, our share may well inch higher. All of this adds up to a huge responsibility. We are a major and essential part of the American economy's circulatory system, obligated to constantly maintain and improve our 23,000 miles of track along with its ancillary bridges, tunnels, engines, and cars. In carrying out this job, we must anticipate society's needs, not merely react to them. Fulfilling our societal obligation, we will regularly spend far more than our depreciation, with this excess amounting to $2 billion in 2011. I'm confident we will earn appropriate returns on our huge incremental investments. Wise regulation and wise investment are two sides of the same coin. At Mid-American, we participate in a similar social compact. We are expected to put up ever-increasing sums to satisfy the future needs of our customers. If we meanwhile operate reliably and efficiently, we know that we will obtain a fair return on these investments. Mid-American supplies 2.4 million customers in the U.S. with electricity, operating as the largest supplier in Iowa, Wyoming, and Utah, and as an important provider in other states as well. Our pipelines transport 8% of the country's natural gas. Obviously, many millions of Americans depend on us every day. Mid-American has delivered outstanding results for both its owners. Berkshire's interest is 89.8%, and its customers. Shortly after Mid-American purchased Northern Natural Gas Pipeline in 2002, that company's performance as a pipeline was rated dead last, 43 out of 43, by the leading authority in the field. In the most recent report published, Northern Natural was ranked second. The top spot was held by our other pipeline, Kern River. In its electricity business, Mid-American has a comparable record. Iowa rates have not increased since we purchased our operation there in 1999. During the same period, the other major electric utility in the state has raised prices more than 70% and now has rates far above ours. In certain metropolitan areas in which the two utilities operate side by side, electric bills of our customers run far below those of their neighbors. I am told that comparable houses sell at higher prices in these cities if they are located in our service area. Mid-American will have 2,909 megawatts of wind generation in operation by the end of 2011, more than any other regulated electric utility in the country. The total amount that Mid-American has invested or committed to wind is a staggering $5.4 billion. We can make this sort of investment because Mid-American retains all its earnings, unlike other utilities that generally pay out most of what they earn. Mid-American has consistently kept its end of the bargain with society, and to society's credit, it has reciprocated. With few exceptions, our regulators have promptly allowed us to earn a fair rate of return on the ever-increasing sums of capital we must invest. Going forward, we will do whatever it takes to serve our territories in the manner they expect. We believe that, in turn, we will be allowed the return we deserve on the funds we invest. We see a social compact existing between the public and our railroad business, just as is the case with our utilities. If either side shrinks its obligations, both sides will inevitably suffer. Therefore, both parties to the compact should, and we believe will, understand the benefit of behaving in a way that encourages good behavior by the other. It is inconceivable that our country will realize anything close to its full economic potential without its possessing first-class electricity and railroad systems. We will do our part to see that they exist.